Hello, everybody. This is St. Charles. It is Saturday, 26th of July, 2025. I'm going to start with OMI. And I think this one is not popular on Twitter. It's not much spoken about online. So that's good. It's done really well. We've called it spot on. It's from this blue box reversal zone down here, 8.52 down to 6.9 was correct. And we've seen some excellent trading during the course of the week. So we're up to 12 pence close on Friday. And I think, if we can close above sort of 14 pence, I think we're going to see this red box activated here at 16.65 up to 19.5 pence. So that is OMI. Worth doing some research, seeing what it's all about, possible few trades, well, whatever you want to do. But yeah, it looks pretty good. Next we're going to do is Avacta, which has had an astonishing turnaround this week, hasn't it? This one again, we called pretty well. We said that we thought this blue box reversal zone down here at 32.1 was going to be where we're going to get a reversal to the upside. And in actual fact, we said around 28 pence that should be the low, which, we were pretty spot on with that, weren't we? So, and as you see, we've had an excellent couple of days trading there. And for me, I think we're going to see trading into this red box zone up here at 73.8 up to 86.8 pence. Now, I do have bigger long-term targets on that one. But I want to just see what happens when we get to that sort of area there before reassessing the situation. So I think, in fact, if I flip to our monthly chart, I think I might just do that. I think there I've got an astonishing target of 409 up to 513 pence. So, there's some much bigger targets that could come into play at some stage with Avacta. But for now, let's just concentrate on that daily chart. We'll get to that red box zone there at 73.8 to 86.8 pence. And let's see where we go from there. ZPHR is my next one. And this one here, I think that if they've done some recent capital raise, something like that, I don't know actually. One that I'd have to double check. We called that pretty well in the past. We had that blue box down there at 2.57. We were calling that to 4.38, 478. It shot slightly, but indeed it was kind of correct. And I've got a blue box zone down here at 3.07 down to 2.53. I think we're near the bottom or possibly at bottom at the moment, and I'm expecting a reversal to the upside. I think the first sensible target really is this 3.6 gap play. But I'm more hopeful on this one. I think, if we can close above going to close above 5 pence, I think we're going to see trading up to 6.84 to 8.06 pence. So that is ZPHR. We're doing some research on that one. I believe there's a lot of news due out later on in the year. So worth having a look into that one. Gfin is my next one. And let's have a look here. I think I've covered this one off recently, actually, but I think it's a chart request. For me, I think we've had, if I just show, we've had sort of, get my thingy to work. I've got a 1 leg there, and I've got a 2, and I'm hopeful that we're going to see a 3 up into that red box zone there at 0.15 up to 0.183 pence. Could go higher, of course, but even so, that's a bag roughly from where we are today. That'll do me for starters. See what news comes out of the company. And if it's really good news, then we'll reassess the situation and see where it's possibly heading from there. ALK is my next one. I think this is a chart request again. And this one here, I kind of missed that one actually, sadly. But we previously called that up to this 178 to 270 pence, which is correct, where we were calling for some downside. Indeed, it broke the downtrend. I missed the trade. It doesn't matter. But I think here, I think my first point of call is this red box zone here, which should have been blue, actually, 251 up to 293. And I do have another target there, 364 to 455. But let's see where we get to after hitting that first target there. So we've definitely broken out. We're heading higher on that one. So first target for me, 251 to 293 pence. So that's still got a lot of money from where we are today, isn't it? So we're doing research on that one. RBW is my next one, Rainbow Rare Earths. And this one, again, we called that pretty well. We gave this blue box down here at 10.5 down to 9.84, which is kind of correct. It fell a little bit outside. I think, I can't remember what news was or what happened around that time, but it sort of caused a bit more of a down fell down a bit more than expected. However, it didn't change the course of the chart. And I think that, I had this red box zone here at 15 pence to 16.2. I'm still hopeful that's going to play out. Although there's going to be a bit of resistance around this area, so hopefully if the bulls can just step in, I don't see why we can't just get another push to the upside there and sort of tag at least the bottom of that box there at 15 pence, hopefully up towards a 16.2, and who knows, maybe higher. But that is Rainbow Rare Earths. It's done really well, and I think there's plenty more upside in that one, plenty more trades. So we'll catch that on another blue box very soon. FUM is my next one, and I think this is a chart request. And this one for me, I had a blue box within a blue box, and it's sort of tagged that at 7.12. I was hopeful for 6.78, but I think that's a bit too greedy. Anyway, so but I think the obvious point of call here, and it's just a gap play at 30.1 pence. You know, if we can break above this sort of 15 pence level and zoom up, I think we should sort of be attacking the lower end of that at 20 pence and hopefully towards the top at 30 pence. So that is fun, looking okay. Vodafone is my next one, and this is a chart request, but you know, this one here, a bit of a difficult one. I think we called this one before in this blue box zone at 66.3. I think we called that from the from about 80, 90 pence, called down to there. But yeah, I think this is kind of a wave up, and I think this 83.8 to 89.04, I think that's where we're going to see some sellers step in. It might have a little bit more upside in that one, but you know, it is certainly coming towards the end of that before we get a corrective play. You know, so it might get a bit more upside, and then just a bit more of a correction before hopefully then we head higher again. But you know, that for me is kind of a bit toppy. There we go. Mast is my next one, and this one's been chart requested several times, so I'm going to cover it off. It's probably not going to be what everybody wants to hear, but you know, for me, I think this 83.08 to 94.87 is going to be where we're going to see a lot of sellers step in. I think we're going to get a bit turbulent around there. But for me, I want to see a bit more trading history around here, see how it holds up. You know, who's to say that it doesn't go again? I think, you know, if it holds above 32 pence, I think that'd be really bullish. I know that sounds like crazy from where we are now, but I'm just talking from technical perspective. But you know, if we could just get a, you know, it's holding up really well, isn't it? But yeah, if we got a little pullback there down to 65 pence, something like that, and then go again, I don't know anything about the fundamentals, so you need to check that. I mean, that could be on for an astonishing run. Much higher. So, but you know, it's had an absolutely sterling run, hasn't it? That one. So, but Mast for me, I just see a bit more trader history. Ask me again for the chart. Next one I'm going to do is Coin, and this one has not done so well, has it? But for me, you know, they've just raised an awful lot of money, and you know, it's had a bit of a corrective play. You know, if we could hold sort of above this level here, you know, if we can hold above sort of 5 pence, I think that, you know, we could see an attack towards this top red box here. It's 110 to 143 pence. I mean, that sounds outrageous, doesn't it? It just doesn't make sense to me from 6 pence all the way there. So, you know, that's just what, from a technical perspective, that's a possibility. You know, it doesn't sound technically, well, so it doesn't sound right, does it, from you know, an investment perspective? But you know, I think that that's a possibility. Obviously, a lot needs to happen in order for that to be achieved, I would have thought. But you know, worth doing some research, and you know, I'll put my hopes on getting there. So, but you know, it's probably worth a couple of trades or whatever you want to do around this level. So that's Coin, as far as I'm concerned. There we go. CHP is my next one. And let's just get that one up. So I've got a lower red box there. I think we could ignore that. But, you know, breaking a hold above sort of 0.0055 pence is going to bring you into this red box zone here at 0.0065 up to 0.0075. I mean, goodness me, it's fractions of a penny, isn't it? But, you know, that's where I'll probably see that one going. I don't have a blue box entry. So there you go. That's CHP. CPX is my next one. And there we go. This one here, this is where we called that from down here to 0.12 pence. Said we thought we were going to head higher, but we said it was due another leg up, as that's the way markets work. And for me, that's kind of played out so far. And I would expect trading to come into this red box zone here at 0.5 up to 0.612 pence. And that is the same target we gave back down here. So, you know, it's sort of 4 bags, isn't it? Well done to those who took that trade. UFO is my next one. and just get that one up. Alien Metals. And again, this one is where we gave that blue box reversal zone at 0.08 down to 0.0588 and said that we should see trading into this 0.1355 up to 0.1545. And indeed, it took a bit longer than expected. That was sort of Feb 25, and it hit it this week, didn't it? So it hit in Friday's trading, 0.15 pence. That for me is where that was heading. I think that we will see a bit of a pullback, and then hopefully we can go for another leg higher. But I'd like to see a bit of a pullback or a lot more trading history before I give another target on that one. PANR is my next one, and got quite a few today, haven't I? There we go. I've got that initial target down here at 26.15 to 27 pence, but I don't think that's really going to come into play. I think that, we've got this gap play here up to 40 pence, and there's even the bigger gap there at 50 pence. So, and then I've got a red box zone there at 76.9. Excuse me. Up to 92.8, but for me, I think that we've got that first gap play there at 40 pence. So that's PANR. I think it's another chart request. ATM is my next one, and just get that one up. And this one here, where have I got that? Well, I was from that blue box 2.7 down to 2.56 with another correct call. And I think, we can break and hold above sort of 4 pence. That's going to give us 5 to 5.72 pence. And do you know what? That's going to be me for today. See you again soon.